So yeah, the first card you've got for you past this Five of Cups. Yeah, there's a lot of stress around this whole reading. I'm just looking everywhere. Quite stressful. I just have to say that. That's how it feels to me. It feels like you're being dragged into something, actually. And I'm just getting this... I don't want to be dragged back into this again. I really don't want to be dragged back into this again. I just want to get away from this whole thing. That's what I'm getting. But it feels like you have to. It feels like you have to go through something. It's some kind of battle. It's some kind of problem. You've got to deal with someone you don't want to. You might be in the middle of this right now. And you're having to deal with this. They're dragging you backwards across this bridge here with this Five of Cups. And you just don't want to go there, but you have to. You have to do that. I'm getting this. I just can't let them win this time. And I'm saying that word win really carefully, because usually you're not the kind of person who's like, right, I'm going to win at all costs. I'll show them. You're not that kind of person. But I think they've gotten away with so many things time after time after time. It just feels like, no, this time I just cannot let them win this. I have to do this. And it's not like you're doing this just for yourself either. It's like you're doing it for someone else. Because it feels like someone else is being hurt by this person as well, or there's potential for them to be hurt in the future if you let them win, if that makes sense. So it's like, no, they can hurt me all they like, but they're not going to hurt this person I'm protecting. I'm protecting this person. I care for them. I care about their future. I'm getting that very clearly. So it might be a child, because I've got this, you've got this Queen of Pentacles here, which can be, obviously she's a mother. So yeah, protection, caring and fighting. You're fighting the right person and you're protecting the right person. That's what I've got here, if that's you. It might have something to do with litigation. I get this a lot in your readings, poor Gemini. But yeah, you've got Justice here. So might be that, might not be that. But there's definitely you up against someone. Sorry, I'm swallowing. You against someone else, and you're doing it for someone else this time. You're not just doing it for yourself, it's for someone else. And fairness. You want what's fair. You want what's fair here. You want what's fair. So, yeah, if this is you, keep going. You're doing the right thing. Don't give up. It feels like you're under a lot of stress. It feels like they're trying to bother you. It feels like they're trying to, get your head all over the place. Don't let them do that. Try and cut off any nonsense and just try and focus as much as you can. You're doing the right thing. Keep going if that's you. There might be some people around you trying to advise you. I'm just seeing you pulled in all these different directions. So just be a little bit careful with who you listen to. I don't think anyone's trying to give you difficult, wrong information or anything like that on purpose. But it feels a little bit like there are lots of different people giving you different advice, and it's a bit confusing. And you've already got this very confusing person around you, so you don't need any more of that. And I really think you just need to trust yourself and trust your instincts in this, if that's you as well. And I think it's probably hard for you to keep this to yourself. I'm not saying keep everything to yourself, but it's hard for you to do that, because I think as a Gemini, your strength's in your words. You're very eloquent and you're literate as well. You like to use your words. You like to discuss things. You like to get to the bottom of things. And I think the way that you deal with things a lot of the time is through your words. You talk things out, you talk things through. But I think at this time, either be very careful of who you do talk to, or just listen to yourself, listen to your own voice. Because I'm just looking at this Hierophant, and he's got his ears covered, and that's because he listens to his inner voice, a spiritual voice, the one that's inside him. So I think that's what you have to do. Listen to your own voice. Sometimes it helps to get things out if you can't talk to people. It helps to write things down, maybe in your on your phone, even on the notepad or whatever it is. just get it all out of you, write it all down. That might help you. I don't know if it helps, but because you're a very wordy person, it might be a struggle for you to not talk. So just that, if that's you. So yeah, with this Five of Cups, there's something else I'm getting here. Obviously, this is about missing someone, feeling really sad. It's about emotion with all these cups here. I think someone feels as if they missed an opportunity with you. This is a love connection, an axe, I think. Yeah, I'm seeing a missed opportunity, missed chance here. That's how they feel anyway. But with you, I think you actually gave them lots of chances. I think you gave them chance after chance, actually. And I think you did a lot for this person. And I think in the end, I think you actually might have given them too many chances here. I know I'm going to get lots of cross-watchers angry with me. But that's what I'm seeing. I think you gave this person so many chances. And in the end, you just couldn't give them any more. There were no more there. Yeah, it looks like you needed this person to show you how serious they were, and they weren't doing that. They were telling you, but they weren't showing you. And I think their actions were showing you more than what their words were showing you. Okay, I'm getting something quite specific here, a specific incident, so it's only going to be for some people, might not be for anyone, might just be, well, be for someone. But very, very specific. But I just want to say this. I'm getting a long distance. It feels like someone was driving or they were traveling a long way. It's a long trip, maybe over an hour. Someone was traveling a long way to see this other person in love, their love connection. I think it was you that traveled to see them. If this is you, you went out of your way to see them, and it was a very, very, it was a lot for you to do this. And it feels like you went to see them and they weren't there for you, or they weren't there at all. So it's like you went on this long thing, you went out of your way to do this, and they weren't there. And if that's you, I think that was the beginning for you, or the beginning of the end, I should say. Because you were thoughtful, you were showing them how thoughtful you are, you were showing up for them, and they weren't showing you anything. The words were there, but they weren't showing you anything. Very, very, very hurtful. So hurtful when something like that, it's bewildering. It's like, I've done this thing for this person and they're not there. They're not there for me. There's no excuse for that. There's no excuse to ghost someone if that's what they did. Yeah, it really turned everything upside down for you. And it's like, no more chances. You were thinking, oh, I'm going to go and do this really nice thing. You're feeling really happy. And then everything completely turned around. So, and I think for you, it took you a long, long time to work through someone doing that to you. Very terrible when someone does that to you. It's not you. It's nothing about you. I just want you to know that. Don't think you failed. Don't think you've done anything wrong. Don't think there's anything wrong with you. There's absolutely nothing wrong with you if that happened to you. So, yeah, I think this has really affected you because you're away from this now, but you keep on getting these flashbacks of that time, flashbacks of things they did, good things and bad things, not just bad things, good and bad. And you're kind of going along with your normal life or whatever, and then this thing flashes into your head. So, you'll get there. You'll get through this. Yeah, they're not getting through this. This is the strange thing. They're not getting through this. So you are. You're getting there. Obviously, it's a horrible thing to work through, something like that. But they're not happy. They're not over this. They're still thinking about you. That's what I'm getting. This is what I'm getting. There's some kind of reason why they did this thing to you, why they ghosted you, whatever this was they did. And there's a reason why they did some other things as well. And you're not sure why this happened. Maybe that's why you're getting all these flashbacks, because you're thinking, why did they do that? Why? I don't understand why. So that's the kind of thing I'm getting. But yeah, you're definitely happier than they are. That's what I'm getting. You're getting out of this. You're getting out of this. They're not. They're still in this. So, what I'm seeing with you is you're doing lots of practical things for yourself, organising things. The Hierophant can be about systems, organising. So really what you're doing is you're getting your life in order. You're getting your life in order. and you're setting things up in your own way. This is the thing I'm getting here. You've got a lot to do. Your time's important. Your time's important. If someone's going to ghost you, if someone's going to bother you or not be there for you, play you around and all that, your time is important. Your time is important. You do not need that in your life. You don't need that in your life. And you know what else is? Your happiness is important, extremely important. And you only want to have someone in your life who's going to think about you and make you happy. So I think that's a big key here. I think that's going to be a big key to this reading. Yeah, they're not happy. You're finding out that your happiness is really important, and that's the road you're taking now. But for them, they're unhappy. They're thinking about things, they're regretting things. But yeah, why are they regretting things? Are they hurting for you? Are they hurting for the way they dealt with you, what they did to you? Or are they, hurting for themselves? They're quite self-absorbed, so there's that. Because I'm getting this absorption, because if you look at this cloak, he's absorbed by this cloak. So yeah, they're caught up in their own feelings, self-absorbed. I feel like this, I missed this opportunity, I'm really sad, all that kind of thing. I think they might come and communicate with you at some time. I just want to warn you of that. I think if you're going to even look at them at all, listen to them, even look at their face, I think they're going to have to consider your feelings and your happiness, and they're going to have to address what they did to you, not just how they feel. They can't come to you and say, oh, I feel so sad without you. No, you want to hear, I know I did this to you. I admit I did this to you. I know I made you feel like this. It's this admission of doing something, and I don't think they've ever done that. But I'm still not getting a lot coming from you. I still think you don't want to have anything to do with this person. I'm just getting that off the top of my head. I'm really feeling that. But even if they want to talk to you, I think they're going to have to put you in the centre of things and not them. Again, I'm seeing this. Your happiness is now at the centre of things. That's the direction you're going in. So if they're going to come and talk to you, they're going to have to put your happiness at the centre, not theirs. At the moment, they're putting themselves at the centre. They're saying, oh, I feel so sad. Oh, I feel so bad. That's their feelings. And of course, both of your feelings are important here. But they hurt you. So if they're going to come to you, your feelings are at the centre. That's what I'm getting there. But yeah, the bridge is there. You've got that bridge in the Five of Cups. They want to come and talk to you. That's very clear. Okay, that's all I'm going to say about that. Just be aware that they are going to come and talk to you at some time. And I think that's probably going to stress you out. And I don't mean to stress you out, because you've already got this battle, this person you're fighting. Now you've got this other person coming back. So yeah, there's so much on your plate. There's so much stress here. So yeah, take care of yourself. Again, put your own happiness at the centre. If something doesn't align with your happiness, you might have to say no. And I'm suspecting you might say no to this person when they talk to you. But anyway. Yeah, so with this Five of Wands, I'm just talking about this Five of Wands now. I'm looking at that now. Okay. This is a really important message to someone, I think. This is what I'm getting here. So we've got this battle on this card. This is this legal battle, or whatever this battle is. Now, there's a lot of trivia here, a lot of trivial talk, a lot of silly talk. Because if you look at this card, there are no swords on this card. It's not a battle of swords. They're wands, and they're not men on this card. It looks like they're boys in the playground, actually. So I'm not trivializing this battle. It's an important battle for you. I know that. It's taking a lot of you. I know that. But a lot of things that are being said to you, I think, are trivial. It feels like you're up against someone who's quite chaotic, like this card, a bit of a mess, all over the place. and they're trying to kind of annoy you, set you off track, confuse you, all that kind of thing. They're trying to say all sorts of little things to annoy you, to bother you. Maybe they're saying nasty things to hurt you, so that you feel that hurt and you're not focused on what you're supposed to be focusing on. That's the whole thing I'm getting here. That's what you've got to watch out for. So try and separate any of this kind of trivial nonsense from the important information you need from this person. You're dealing with someone who's really confusing, a big mess. They say this and then they say that, and they say, oh, I'm going to do this, now I'm not, now I'm changing my mind, oh, you're a terrible this and that, and it's just crazy. It just drives you crazy. So, okay, I'm just getting, this is a bit of advice I need to give to someone, so it might work, it might not. If you're up against someone like that, especially in litigation, especially when you've got a court case or something coming up with them, a really good thing to do with someone like that is to say to them, I'm not going to have any more, I'm not going to listen to messages, I'm not going to reply to any texts or messaging on my phone like that. The only thing I'm going to reply to is emails. Now that does two things. Firstly, it gives you time. You're not jumping up and down every time your phone goes. You're not like, oh, that's stressing me out again. Oh, there they are again, day and night. Who knows what time they're doing this to you. That eliminates that stress in your life. And then you can go to email whenever you feel like it, when it's on your time. Because again, your time's at the center. Your happiness is at the center. So if you feel like looking at this twice a week, every day, whatever feels comfortable to you, you can then look at the messages in your time. The other thing that does is, if they're going to send you an email, it's a psychological thing. They put more thought into an email than they will a message. If you're sending a message to someone on their phone, like a text or something, they can just go da 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 da, a few words, and they send it off in anger or whatever. If they're sending an email, it's more like a letter, it's more formal, so they're going to put more thought into what they say to you. So that might eliminate all of this rubbish that they're sending you. And if it doesn't do that, if they still send you rubbish through email, you've got it in writing, which was really good for litigation. So it does a lot of things to help you. So I know that's very specific. I don't know if it's bossy or not, might be, but hopefully that helps someone deal with that. It helps you to give your time back to yourself. It helps you to put your happiness back in the center of things. So I really, really hope that helps someone. Okay, no more of that. So the first card you've got for your present is this beautiful Queen of Pentacles. Nurturing, kindness. So this is what you've got to give to yourself. Again, put your happiness at the center of things. Be kind to yourself. Nurture yourself when you're in the middle of all this. And I was getting this person you're taking care of. I was getting that in the Five of Cups. You might feel as if, because you're going through all these different things right now, you're all over the place. You might feel as if you're neglecting them, or that you're not there as much for them. If that's you, I just want you to know that they understand. They know what you're going through. They're absolutely fine. When they're by themselves, it doesn't matter. They're absolutely fine. They're doing whatever they're doing. They feel the love that's coming from you. They know you're doing the best that you can. They know that. And they love you. And they feel that love from you. So I just wanted to tell that to someone. It's very, very, very difficult when you're trying to care for someone and you've got all this other stress going on. But please don't worry about them. They know you love them. They know you're doing your best. Okay. Now, I'm just looking down the center here. There's a really interesting sequence here. So you've got these two queens here, and you've got the world kind of sandwiched in between the two queens. So yeah, the Queen of Wands right down the bottom, she's a very ambitious queen. She's all about action. She's all about, moving forward. She's like the boss woman kind of thing. And you've got the world right in the middle. You've got the Queen of Pentacles at the top once again. So the Queen of Pentacles, if you look at the Queen of Pentacles, there are all these red roses all around the top and all around her. And roses are about manifestation, red roses. So it looks like there's something you've been trying to manifest. And I think you've been wanting to do this for a long, long time. there's something you took up and you stopped. You had to stop doing that for some reason. And I can see why you would have if you've got all this going on. I'm literally getting, it might not be this, but I'm literally getting studying, reading, something like that, learning. You did this a while ago, if this is you, and you had to stop that. And it feels like this is something you gave to yourself, and you had to stop doing that for some kind of practical reason. If that's you, it feels like it's time for you to try and start this up again. Take it up for yourself. Do it for yourself. Again, put your happiness at the center. Put you in the center. Yeah, I'm getting this unfairness around education here. And it goes right back into your past if this is you. I don't know if you had a sibling, a cousin, someone who's your age, close to you in age in your family, someone like that. It just feels like they were given a better education, maybe they went to a better school, they had more help or something, practical help, financial help, I don't know. And so you always felt a little bit on the back foot that this person was doing better than you, and it was because you didn't have a very good start. And I think when you started to take up this studying again, that was you giving that gift to yourself. Beautiful, beautiful thing that you did to yourself. And again, the Queen of Pentacles is all about that. I'm nurturing myself. I'm caring for myself. I'm looking at this coin. I'm giving this to myself so that in the future I can make more money. But it's not just about that. It's about you putting yourself at the center and giving a gift to yourself. So if that's you, I really, really think this is the time for you to take that up again. And you know, you're probably thinking to yourself, when am I going to do that? I've got no time. I'm so busy. Even if you just do one unit, one tiny bit at a time, just give yourself that. Because I really think taking that time out of all the stress, everything else that's going on, even if it's work, even if it's study, even if it uses your brain's going to be in a different space. It's going to be centered on something that you want for you. And it really feels like if you do that for yourself, you're going to give yourself that freedom in your head, that space in your head. Look at this woman in the World card. She's totally free. She's escaping. She's floating around. And the other thing in the World card is there's a great big laurel wreath around that, which is all about victory. So if you go back to this studying, it's going to lead you to something really positive in your future, maybe a better job, maybe more money, something like that. And that's all for you. And you know, the World card can be about graduations as well, things like that. So just something for you to think about if that's you. If that's not you, find something that's just for you. Find something that's just for you. Even if you can only give it an hour a week or something, find something that's just for you. Okay. All right. So now I'm just looking at this Queen of Wands. Okay, so I'm getting this ex here. This ex who's kind of lost in themselves. They're unhappy. This person you gave all these chances to. Yeah, very self-absorbed. Very self-absorbed. I have to be honest, I don't think you're going to want to go any further with this. I think they'll come back. I think they'll try and talk to you. You are going to be in two minds, I think, about this, because there's something you'd like to know. There's definitely something they want to tell you, and it's going to clear something up for you. But is it going to be worth it to find that out? I think that's something you've got to balance. You're going to be saying to yourself, well, I'd like to know this. I'm very, very curious. I'm like this cat that's on here. I'll lift that up. Cats are notoriously curious. So you are a bit curious about what this is. You do want to find out what this says, because you're trying to ask them this when you're with them. You're saying, can you just tell me what this is? Can you talk to me about what this is? And you didn't get any answer about that, or you didn't find out what it was. And you're still very curious. You're still very curious. But you've got to say to yourself, well, first of all, is it worth it? Is it worth finding this thing out to deal with this person again? You know, should I just put an end to this and not bother seeing them again? Because I think what they're hoping is something more with you. And if you're not interested in that, it might not be fair to kind of talk to them. It might feel like you're leading them along. It might be that. And the other thing is, can you trust them? Can you trust them? That's the other thing you've got to ask yourself. When they tell you this, is it going to be something you're going to believe or not? Again, when you think about cats, they roam all over the place. You never know, where they are. You never know kind of, where they've been. So it's you can't quite trust where they've been, what they're saying, whether it's true or not. So, they're definitely going to want to open up about things that you have wondered about, you are wondering about. In the end, I don't think you want to go back. You're going to want to go back into any kind of relationship. Maybe I don't think even a friendship. I don't think you're going to be interested in that. Too much has happened, I think. But you may be curious enough to talk to them. I don't know. I think that's just a decision you're going to have to come to when that time comes. Okay, so yeah, the first card you've got for your future is this Eight of Pentacles. Okay, I'm laughing. I know I shouldn't laugh. This is quite serious. I'm seeing this battle because this is right next to this Justice card here. So again, it might be litigation, doesn't have to be. It's some kind of a battle, some kind of something between you and someone who's dragging you into this, and you're doing this for someone else's future. I'm seeing that quite clearly. And what's interesting is you're coming up as this Eight of Pentacles, someone who's organized, someone who's focused on the outcome. You want a certain outcome. They're coming up as the Five of Wands, which is the total opposite of this. Crazy, chaotic, all kinds of things. They're saying all these things to you. They're kind of teasing you. It's like children in the schoolyard. It really is. Do you know what? I actually think they're not focused on any kind of outcome. I don't even think they're interested in the outcome. I really don't think they are. I think they're just interested in annoying you and kind of getting one over you, if that makes sense. Saying things to you, annoying you. It's like, oh, I'll say that and that'll annoy them. That'll make them mad. Oh, that'll bait them. That'll make them say something to me. And that's why you've got to do that old email trick I was showing you, but if that's you. But I think the message here is just keep your head down, like this man in the Eight of Pentacles. Focus on the outcome. Don't focus on anything they're trying to do, anything they're trying to bait you with, all those annoying things. And I think if you do that, you'll get there in the end. You'll get to where you want to go in the end. And I think the right person's going to notice who's being chaotic, who's being orderly, who seems the most sensible in this thing. So I think that's what's going to happen. And yeah, when you've got the Justice card, it can literally mean the right outcome's going to happen, the fairest outcome's going to happen. So keep on focusing, focus on facts. Focus on facts, try not to let them get to you, because I think that's what they're trying to do. I know I'm repeating myself. So we'll go on with the Four of Swords. Beautiful, peaceful card, finally. We've got a peaceful card here. This is what you need to focus on. Again, focus on your happiness. Put your happiness at the center of everything. Put your time at the center of everything. That's the most important thing here. And that's what this man's doing. He's lying down, he's resting, he's got his swords up against anyone who wants to bother him. So yeah, you've got all these things happening. You've got this person, this axe trying to talk you around again, trying to convince you to come back, probably. That's what they're trying to do. And you've got this battle. So I think now you're really going to start to put your foot down and you're going to say, no, if you're not with me, if you're not helping me in some way, if you're not contributing to my happiness or contributing to my time or doing something that's positive toward me, I'm not interested. I'm literally going to turn my phone off. That's what I've seen you doing. I'm literally going to turn my phone off at times that I need to, and I'm going to rest when I need to. I'm focusing on myself. Apart from, children, because I've seen children here, of course they need you. Apart from that, anyone else, if they want to talk to you, unless it's something that's going to be beneficial to you, positive to you, helping you in some way, goodbye. That sounds really harsh, but I think you're going to have to really do that because you've got all these people around you bothering you. It's just too much. It's just overwhelming. You need to be able to focus on this battle that you're in. You really do. And you need to focus, more importantly, you need to focus on yourself and your self-happiness. Okay, I'm seeing 3 specific people here actually. And I think even though you're putting your barriers up and you're getting this rest and you're going to have that time to yourself, they're going to keep on trying. I'm specifically seeing a family member who's going to keep on doing that. So you're going to have to really make an effort to do that. I mean, you can tell them, and I think there are some people that are going to keep trying. So keep those swords up. Shut off your phone, shut the door, whatever it is. Talk to them in your own time. Really learn to do that, because I think you're having to learn to do that with this person who's battling you. And now, because of that, you're really learning something. You're learning to do that with other people. Lots and lots of other people in your life. So I really hope that makes sense to someone. Yeah, so Gemini, this is a general reading. Obviously, it's not for everyone. You all know that. But thank you so much for watching.